It's Xena, your best friend who loves horror. I don't even know who that is.
It's Kimi.
Yes! You are a natural. Look at her. It's Xena, your best friend who loves horror. Today I'm wearing a crown because we're celebrating and I'm a queen. For those of you who don't know, the final girl is a trope in horror movies. It's very common. It basically refers to the last girl standing after confronting the killer. The final girl has been seen in many movies, including the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, Hellraiser, Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and many more. In 1992, Carol J. Clover coined the term in her book, Men, Women, and Chainsaws, Gender in the Modern Horror Film. In honor of it being Black History Month and Women in Horror Month, I'm going to be celebrating by sharing with you guys my top final Black girls in horror. I'm going to be sharing with you my top 7. Black women have always played a huge role in the genre. But just a warning so you guys know, this list is going to contain spoilers because I'm ultimately going to be telling you who's going to survive, so you're going to know. So the first final girl we're going to be talking about is Kara from The Invitation 2015. A man named Will accepts an invitation to a dinner party hosted by his ex-wife. An unsettling affair that reopens old wounds and creates new tensions. In this slow burn, Kara is Will's girlfriend. In the beginning of the film, she's trying really hard to be a super supportive girlfriend, being there for her man, attending some awkward dinner party in the Hollywood Hills, meeting his ex-wife, meeting his old friends, and she's his new boo, and the ex-wife remarried. Like, it is an awkward night. I mean, I probably would have asked who's going to be there first before attending. So the reason why Kara is on this list is because when things started to go down with this murderous cult, Kara switched it up and she went to survival mode. And clearly she survived. She was the final girl. Can't go wrong. And then she still looked fabulous after that too. So, work. Do your thing on the runway. You better work it, girl. The next woman we're going to be talking about is Reese from Urban Legend 1998 and Urban Legend Final Cut 2000. A college student suspects a series of bizarre deaths are connected to certain urban legends. You know something? People always seem to forget about Reese. And you guys need to put some respect on her name.
Put some respect on my name. When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
In the first and second urban legend, Reese was the campus security guard. This powerful woman not only stopped 1, but 2 psychopaths. Of course, she was totally channeling her inner Pam Grier from the blaxploitation action Coffee from 1973. All right, so moving right along to our next final girl, we're gonna be talking about Jen from Sweetheart 2019. A shipwrecked survivor on a remote island must fend off a malevolent force that surfaces each night. The first half of the movie, as the viewer, we get to know Jen. She's alone, but she's very resourceful. The second half of the film, Jen's boyfriend and his friend, who both survived that same shipwreck, land on the same island. By the time these 2 newcomers come along, as the viewer, we're kind of connected to Jen already. We see how she was traumatized, how she was trying to survive. When I first saw these 2 new individuals, I kind of got irritated. I was irritated because, again, we have a connection now with Jen as the viewer, and plus we saw everything that she went through. But not only does it come down to this point where she has to try to defeat a monster. It's like a monster that came from the sea. But now she also has to get these 2 privileged people to believe her. And it's just like they're just sitting back while she's the one that's getting the food. She's the one that's starting the fire. It's just like, what's the point of you? The least you could do is just listen to her. Come on, what are you doing? That's a different conversation for a different time. If you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend it. Don't be fooled by the title though, just because it says Sweetheart. It's pretty brutal. The next final girl we're gonna be talking about is Carla from I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, 1998. The murderous fisherman cannot seem to move on and he's back with his hook. Once again, he is stalking the 2 surviving teens, Julie and Ray, who had left him for dead. There's even more murder and mayhem, but this time on a posh island resort. What's insane about this is that Carla, she knew all about Julie's past. I say this because she still wanted to hang out with her. She knew about the murderous, psychotic fisherman running around with his hook, trying to kill her, and he pretty much killed all her friends minus 1. And Carla still wants to hang out with her. Carla still wants to go to the club with her. Carla still wants to go to her house. Carla just still wants to go on vacation with her. Like, what? Julie would have been my friend, like my Instagram friend. Like, we like each other's posts, and I like send her like funny memes at 3 a.m. and we'll text every once in a while. We're not going on vacation or to the club together, and I'm not going to your house. I don't need anything in your closet. I don't need that type of negativity in my life, you know? But seriously though, Carla was a cool friend. She was compassionate, she was loyal, and you know, she was honestly just always there for Julie. Besties! After seeing what happened to Sydney's bestie, Hallie, from Scream 2, 1997, it was just really refreshing and awesome to see that this black woman survived. Okay, and moving right along, we're gonna be talking about Selena from 28 Days Later, 2002. 4 weeks after a mysterious incurable virus spreads throughout the UK, a handful of survivors try to find sanctuary. Let me just point this out first. Selena was not with the games. And honestly, she had all the reason to be, you know, somewhat hardened, and honestly to be straightforward and to be strong. It's understandable. One of the major things that made me fall in love with Selena was the fact that if anyone around her, if they got infected with that virus, she would take them out. She took them out so fast, there was really no time to think about it. I know a lot of people don't consider 28 Days a zombie movie, but looking at, you know, zombie movies when someone, a loved one is infected or someone that you have like a connection to, which is understandable, you know, there's like this really drawn out dramatic scene and I can't do it, you know. But no, not with Selena. Within seconds that person is chopped and dropped. Chopped and dropped. Selena ruled the UK, so Michonne from The Walking Dead and Roberta from Z Nation could rule the US. Alright guys, so we're moving along again. So the next final girl on our list is Lorena Christoph from The House on Skull Mountain, 1974. And this gorgeous but low budget blaxploitation horror mystery, murders occur at a southern east estate of a voodoo priestess when 4 relatives gather to hear her will. Lorena is on my list because of her heart. It was her first time meeting her cousins, but she came in with an open mind, she came in respectable, and she came in fashionable. I am a sucker for blaxploitation horror movies, but also for like the southern gothic type of horror movies. And this movie has voodoo! Alright guys, so we made it to our final one. We're going to be talking about Geraldine from Tales from the Crypt Demon Night, 1995. A man on the run is hunted by a demon known as the Collector. Geraldine is my number one because although she's relatable for many, she's also the unlikely hero because of her background. She's a convicted thief, a part of a work order release, working at a rundown boarding house. It's been 26 years since the release of this awesome movie. Geraldine felt like a real character. She was witty, straightforward, and she had a temper. You could tell that she didn't grow up in the best environment, but she had big dreams and she didn't want to let go of them. I'm sure she would have never guessed she was destined to be not only the last person standing in the boarding house when the Collector unleashed demons, green splatter, and pure chaos, but she is the ultimate black final girl. She knew not to fall for the Collector's mind game. She didn't let it get to her at all. She pretty much just had a strong will to survive, and it showed. We saw it as the viewers. I remember watching this movie as a kid and just being so in love with the overall movie, but especially being in love with Geraldine. I could not imagine anyone else having this role other than Jada Pinkett Smith. I read on BloodyDisgusting.com, Ernest Dickerson, the director, he revealed during a Q&A before casting Jada Pinkett Smith as Geraldine, a producer actually wanted Cameron Diaz as Geraldine. And truth be told, as much as I love Cameron Diaz, again, I cannot see anyone else in this role but Jada Pinkett Smith. Geraldine's character actually reminds me of this character named Peaches from A Low Down Dirty Shame that Jada Pinkett Smith, she actually played like a year beforehand. Alright guys, so that's my list of top black final girls. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, I'm interested in knowing who are some of your favorite top black final girls in horror. Feel free to leave me a comment below. I really appreciate you guys just checking out this video. All month long, we're going to be celebrating Black History Month and Women in Horror Month. And again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.